So I guess the night kind of unfolded just like you wanted. You had five guys in double figures, and Chris popped a big night. Is that the kind of thing you need to get?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what we're talking about before, Doug, and that's what we've been doing these last couple games. Didn't start out that way, right? As you saw by the early timeout,
Yeah, the
just a
90
little too
seconds.
quick and anxious to go early, and I just wanted to remind them, going. But I think it was an interesting game. I think teams were playing hard. It was interesting seeing Dort and Boucher battle it out. I mean, there's a stage for them, and it's not easy to do that. And both of them play super, super well. I thought Gary Trent responded to Dort's pressure in the second half and took it at him a little bit. But Dort played well too. But yeah, a bunch of guys in double figures and a couple good nights there from Chris and Gary offensively.
I know people. The story will be Boucher and Dort making shot after shot, but the screen that Burt set to get that last shot for Boucher was a classic big man screen. That's the kind of play he makes.
Yeah, I thought again the combination. I thought Kim had one of those Kim had about 14 plays that were like this. He was just about ready to get his hands on a block or get an extra offensive rebound or finish one off. He was involved in a lot of stuff. The ball didn't quite bounce his way a little bit, but I thought Freddie as well got in there and battled. And they're setting screens. They're making some stuff happen. There's the odd put back here and there. But you're right. That was we needed that screen because Dort had Gary bottled up there for the majority of the shot clock, and that was just enough to free him into the paint and the spray by Gary to Chris.
Thanks for, as always, Nick. Good luck.
Thanks.
Hey,
Thanks.
what do you do with 2 days off now? You have like a game till Wednesday. What the hell are you gonna do?
Practice. Talk about some practice. We're gonna practice, Doug.
All right.
Practice. We need it.
Practice good.
Yep.
Next question goes
maybe
to
not
Eric
tomorrow.
Kareem from the Athletic.
Maybe not tomorrow, Doug. Tuesday for sure.
At least one good practice.
Yeah.
You spoke about Gary. I know, like, obviously when you have so many creators out, no matter how egalitarian you want your offense to be, somebody's naturally going to sort of take the lead there. What did you think of sort of the shots he was getting early on? And then you mentioned it already, but how pleased were you to see him adjust and make that pass when you really needed it?
No, I thought I don't know exactly, but let's just say the second half, I thought he took, good shots. Even some of them were really good moves that he worked down to the baseline hard on Dort, got him to about 8 feet, shot his kind of fall away. I mean, those are tough shots, but those are the kind, that's his kind of his move and his shot. And there was a couple of them that were late in the guts of the game that if I thought those were both going in, neither one of them did, but one or both of those goes in. Those are big time moves, but he got into the paint some more, got forced inside a little bit. He even made one when Dort half stripped it on the way up, and Gary kind of regathered himself in the shooting motion and still put it in there along the side. But I thought he handled the pressure and he didn't shy away from it. That's what I liked. He handled the ball, got into the screens, got off the screens, got into the paint.
How aware of you? I mean, you talked about Lou and Chris. How aware were you before the game or about just the sheer amount of Montreal bragging rights on the line?
Well, I was aware, obviously. I was said to Jamma before the game, I said, I don't think for whatever reason, Lou's been out, I think almost every time we've played him. One of those weird things. I think he played one game last year, maybe. Anyway, I was really interested to see him because I obviously watched a bunch of tape and he's been playing great and he's really something the way he's come on. It was something to see up close and obviously Chris came out firing from the get-go too. So that was, like I say, it's something. They both probably wanted to put on a show tonight, but that's not easy to do, and they both did it.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Eric.
Next question goes to Josh Lewinberg from TSN.
Hey, Nick. You're always saying that one of the toughest things for young players is to be able to string together consistency in terms of the performances. For Paul, obviously, he had the big night the other night, 0 for 10 tonight. Is there a learning lesson there just in terms of what he needs to do from game to game in order to sort of maintain, or did you like some of the things that he did today?
Yeah, I mean, I did like some of the things he did. I did, there was one shot for sure I didn't like at all. Maybe another one, but the rest of them were pretty decent maneuvers and open looks, and he was playing hard. And I can recall one kind of big defensive mistake where he got caught under. He shouldn't, he was needed to go over under the guy he was guarding. I can't remember who it was, but it was one of their good 3-point shooters, and the guy made the three. He was a little banged up, I think, to be honest with you. He ended up leaving the game. Both him and Rodney got sent to the training room and couldn't return at some point. So I even said that to Jamma during one of the timeouts. I saw Paul kind of rubbing his knee for about the second or third timeout in a row, and I asked Jamma what's wrong with Paul's knee, and he goes, I don't know, it's a little sore. I know it's bothering him a little. And the next thing you know, he was heading to the locker room. So I will say this, just kind of along the lines here of your question. I thought Malachi also had a kind of in-game bounce back. I thought he was dribbling around in circles out there and not getting off the ball, not running the offense, taking the wrong shots, and then he played like awesome. Like he got to the rim, he started waiting and getting off the ball, and the offense started flowing better, and so he made took some good in-game coaching from our staff and took it to the floor and played great, man, the second half.
I know Doug touched on it, but having the schedule sort of space out a little bit this week, how much are you looking forward to? One, some practice time, but even just two, a little bit of time in between games to catch your wind a little bit as a team.
I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I don't, like you guys have been saying, I mean, we got at least 2 good solid practices, and we'll have a really good shoot around as well this week. And that beats 0 practices. You know what I mean? Like we went a whole week with nothing. So other than shoot arounds, I guess we did have one yesterday, didn't we? Seems like nothing, Josh. But anyway, I'm excited. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to get to the practice floor. If you guys couldn't tell in the last couple of weeks, I mean, we're getting some things done and building and developing players, and yeah, I look forward to those practice days for sure.
Great. Thanks, Nick. Enjoy the day.
Thanks, Josh.
Going to go next to Mike Ganter from the Toronto Sun.
Hey, Nick. How you doing?
Good, Mike. How are you?
Good, thanks. I want to go back to Dort for a second. Do you remember, was he on the radar going into China? Like, was he in the
A
conversation?
little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then just from there to now, I don't even know how you measure it, but how far has he come just in that period?
Leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
How about that for a measurement? Really, I mean, he's becoming a like force, like not just a roster. I mean, he's becoming a force out there. He's the way he can put his shoulder down and get to the rim, and the way he's starting to shoot the ball, and the way he can really change the game defensively. There's not a whole lot of guys in the league that can do that. I mean, there's some, but he's one of them.
Was there something specific you saw tonight that you liked? You mentioned that it was nice seeing him heads on, or
I mean, I just, again, seeing it live is just a little different. And then, I mean, I think he's got an incredible demeanor, right? There's no kind of no nonsense. And he really does like 3 facets of the game that are really critical. The driving, the shooting, and the defending is like pretty good.
All right. Appreciate it, Nick. Thanks.
Yep. Thanks, Mike.
All right, Coach, we're going to go to the lightning round here. I'm going to apologize in advance if we don't get to everyone's questions, but if you can keep it to one, we're going to start off with William Liu from Yahoo Sports Canada.
Hey, Coach. Actually just wanted to get your thoughts on Pokusevski. He's a very unique player. What did you see from him specifically? Because he's 6 blocks, I think, tonight.
Yeah, he is unique, William. I've watched him a lot, actually. He is really interesting. There's a bunch of stuff going on there. He's super skilled. He can shoot it. He can shoot it probably a lot better than his numbers have shown. That part's going to be seen at some point. He's got all this kind of crafty, herky-jerky footwork and really good passer. He's very thin, and people, try to out physical him out there, but he plays through a lot of that actually too, even though it doesn't look like he is sometimes. He plays through a lot of it. And like you said, he'll rebound and bring it on the push. He'll block shots. He is interesting. I've seen him a lot.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Going to go next to Christos in Greece.
Hello, Coach. You're doing well. I would like to ask you, what impressed you most on Chris Boucher's game, and how important is Gary Trent's presence on defensive end to help Boucher to play on offense?
Well, what we're seeing, we're seeing a lot of growth from Chris too, right? And I've been talking a lot, and I've been able to do it about playing him exclusively at the 4 or under, no 5. So he's learning a lot there, but you're seeing a lot more mobility with the ball. You're seeing some drives from the 3-point line to the basket. You're seeing some offensive rebounding when he's outside the 3 at the basket. He's getting tested at the other end because now he's in a whole bunch of different actions, but it suits him. It's going to suit him. You guys heard me say many times, it's not very fair to have him play against guys weighing 120 or 50 pounds more than him. So it's been good.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Coach, we're going to do 2 more questions. First one goes to Akiko from the Kyoto News.
Hi, Coach.
Hi, Kiko.
Hi, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Could you please talk about Utah's accomplishment in the fourth quarter?
Yeah. Well,
especially in the fourth quarter.
Utah's going to sleep good tonight, Akiko. I think he played about 16 straight minutes there, and it was probably time for him to come out with about 5 minutes to go in the game, but I kind of wanted to see him push through it. We had a couple timeouts back to back. I thought he could gather himself. He was like most of them out there at that time. He was playing very hard. He was rebounding. He was making the right plays. I actually had a play set up for him down the stretch that we never really got to, but I was trying to get him to, again, turn the corner, go down the lane like you saw him do a few times tonight. But a lot of minutes, a lot of solid play, not very many mistakes, and a good contribution, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, just making plays that were in front of him.